Ever wondered about the most dangerous parts of Europe where the thrill of adventure might just cost too much? When we think of Europe, our minds often wander to the quaint cobblestone streets of Italy, the romantic allure of Paris, or the majestic palaces of Vienna. Europe, with its rich history and diverse cultures, is a dream destination for many. But there's a less talked about darker side to this continent, a side that's often overlooked, eclipsed by the charm of its more celebrated landmarks. Europe is not just about the Louvre, the Colosseum, or the Acropolis. It's also home to some of the most dangerous places that could turn a dream vacation into a nightmare. Places where the cost of thrill and adventure might just be too high. So buckle up and brace yourselves. We're about to take you on a journey to the underbelly of Europe. Stay with us as we count down the most dangerous places in Europe you should never visit. Starting off our list at number 5 is Kiev, the capital city of Ukraine. A city steeped in history and culture, Kiev is home to stunning Orthodox churches, vibrant nightlife, and a rich tapestry of architectural styles. But beneath this captivating facade, there's a darker side that travelers should be wary of. Kiev has a relatively high crime rate, particularly when it comes to street crimes. Tourists can often find themselves targeted by pickpockets and scam artists, especially within crowded areas or on public transport. Late-night strolls in isolated areas or less tourist-friendly neighborhoods can also put you at risk of muggings or violent encounters. The city's crime scene is fueled by a complex interplay of socioeconomic factors. High rates of poverty and a lack of employment opportunities have pushed some individuals towards illicit activities. Moreover, the city's law enforcement has been criticized for their perceived lack of effectiveness in tackling these issues, leaving many crimes unresolved and perpetrators unpunished. Political instability in Ukraine has also contributed to the city's precarious safety situation. Ongoing conflicts, particularly in the eastern regions of the country, have led to heightened tensions and security concerns throughout Ukraine. The ripple effects of these conflicts can often be felt in Kiev, with sporadic protests and clashes occasionally breaking out in the city. While these factors don't necessarily mean that every trip to Kiev is fraught with danger, they do underscore the need for caution. It's advisable to stay vigilant, avoid potentially risky areas, and stay informed about the current political climate while planning your visit. In spite of these challenges, Kiev continues to draw tourists with its rich history, vibrant culture, and stunning architecture. It's a place where the past and present coexist, where tradition meets modernity, and where every corner holds a story waiting to be discovered. So while Kiev has its charms, it might be worth giving this city a miss on your next European escapade. Next on our list at number 4, we have Marseille, France's second-largest city. Don't let the sun-soaked coastlines and vibrant markets fool you. Beneath the allure of this Mediterranean gem, a different kind of narrative unfolds. As the sun sets, the city's darker side emerges, where the issues of drug trafficking and gang violence cast a long, unsettling shadow. Marseille, in its complexity, is a city of contrasts. On one hand, it's a cultural melting pot, brimming with rich history, diverse architecture, and world-renowned cuisine. On the other hand, it's a city grappling with socioeconomic challenges that have given rise to notorious crime syndicates, making it a hotbed for illicit activities. The northern districts in particular have gained an infamous reputation. Here, drug trafficking is a thriving business, often controlled by powerful gangs that rule the streets with an iron fist. It's a part of Marseille that tourists seldom see, but its impact is far-reaching. The city's crime rate, significantly higher than the national average, is a stark reminder of the issues that continue to plague this otherwise enchanting city. Gang violence, too, is a daunting reality. Turf wars are common, and bystanders often find themselves caught in the crossfire. The local authorities have been struggling to control the situation, but with limited success. The underfunded police force is stretched thin, and the city's troubled neighborhoods continue to be a battleground for rival gangs. But let's not forget, every city has its problems. Marseille is no exception. It's a city that's fighting its demons, striving to redefine itself amidst the challenges. And while it's easy to focus on the negatives, it's important to remember the city's resilience, its spirit, and the undeniable charm that continues to draw people in. Still, as a traveler, it's essential to be informed and aware. Marseille, like any city, demands respect and caution. It's not just about the picturesque old port or the tantalizing Buya base. It's also about understanding the complexities that lie beneath the surface. So while the allure of French culture might be strong, remember that Marseille is a city where danger lurks in the shadows. At number 3, we have Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria. This city, known for its alluring blend of Eastern and Western cultures, is also unfortunately recognized for its high levels of corruption and petty crime. Sofia, like a gem with a flaw, shines brightly with its ancient history and architectural beauty, but hides a darker side beneath its surface. The city is plagued by a systemic corruption that often trickles down to the lives of ordinary people and visitors. This is not to say that every interaction is tainted, but it's an undercurrent one must be aware of. Petty crimes such as pickpocketing, bag snatching, and even scams are not uncommon in Sofia. Tourists, often seen as easy targets, might find themselves at the receiving end of such misdemeanors. It's important to stay vigilant, particularly in crowded places like markets, public transports, and tourist hotspots. While Sofia's night scene is vibrant and enticing, it also poses certain risks. Unauthorized taxis, known for overcharging unsuspecting passengers, roam the streets after dark. It's always safer to use registered taxi services or trusted ride-hailing apps. Moreover, the language barrier can pose a challenge for travelers. While English is spoken by many, especially the younger generation, it's not universally understood. This can make navigating tricky situations more difficult. However, it's important to remember that Sofia, despite these drawbacks, is a city teeming with culture, history, and charm. Its cobblestone streets dotted with cafes and shops, the impressive Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, and the vibrant nightlife are all part of the Sofia experience. Being prepared is key to enjoying Sofia, or any city for that matter. It's always wise to have emergency numbers at hand, keep your belongings secure, and stay aware of your surroundings. Do your research, understand the local customs, and respect the laws. So, if you're planning a trip to Bulgaria, make sure you're well prepared and aware of the potential risks. It's a city where caution should walk hand in hand with exploration. Experiencing Sofia is all about striking the right balance between adventure and safety. Coming in at number 2 on our list is Belgrade, the capital of Serbia. Belgrade, with its scenic views of the Danube and Sava rivers, is a city of contrasts. It's a place where the old world meets the new, where Eastern and Western cultures collide. But beneath the beautiful facade, there lies a darker side. Belgrade has a reputation for high crime rates. While it's a bustling city teeming with life during the day, the night brings out a different kind of energy. Petty theft, pickpocketing, and muggings are common, especially in areas that are heavily frequented by tourists. It's a city that never sleeps, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's safe to wander its streets after dark. Political instability has also been a long-standing issue in Serbia. Protests and demonstrations frequently break out in Belgrade, often escalating into violent incidents. These political tensions can make the city a hotbed for unexpected and potentially dangerous situations. Foreign tourists in particular are often seen as easy targets. It's not uncommon to hear stories of tourists being harassed or even physically assaulted. And while these incidents don't represent the experiences of all visitors to Belgrade, they're prevalent enough to warrant caution. But let's not forget about Belgrade's rich history. This is a city that has seen empires rise and fall, a city that has been built and rebuilt over the centuries. From the imposing Belgrade fortress to the historic Skadarlija district, Belgrade is steeped in a past that's both fascinating and tumultuous. Yet despite its historical allure, one cannot overlook the challenges that come with a visit to Belgrade. The city's crime rate, coupled with political instability and a potential for violence, make it a place where caution should always be exercised. And so, while Belgrade's beauty and history might tempt the adventurous traveler, it's important to remember that this is a city where safety isn't guaranteed. Despite its rich history, Belgrade is a city where danger is never too far away. And now, the most dangerous place in Europe you should never visit, Pripyat, Ukraine. A city once bustling with life now stands silent and empty, frozen in time. It's a haunting testament to the devastating power of nuclear energy gone wrong. In 1986, the Chernobyl disaster struck, releasing a cloud of radioactive particles over Pripyat. The city was evacuated, leaving behind a ghost town that still echoes with the lives it once housed. Today, the radiation levels remain dangerously high. Some areas register at over 100 times the normal level. making it potentially lethal for visitors. Despite the risk, there's a strange allure to Pripyat. The deserted streets, the decaying buildings, the silent playgrounds, they tell a story of a tragedy that changed the world. But this isn't a story you want to experience firsthand. So, while the images of this ghost town might intrigue you, it's a place that's best experienced through pictures, not personal visits.